Hello and welcome to MysteryShock. Today we're going to learn how to construct a full cash flow forecast table. Okay, so with this particular example, it's going to be for 6 months or half a year from January to June. And we're gonna need specifically for this example a 7 by 14 table. So let's just draw our table here. It's just for this example. You may need a table which is a little bit different. Okay, so we have a 7 by 13 table here, but for this example it's gonna be enough. So let's just start with the months. The months go on top and they're from January to June, because for this example we're doing the cash flow forecast for half a year. So let's now start with the opening balance. It's the money that a company has at the start of each month of the operations. So let's just write here opening balance. It is usually given in the information of your business and management case. What is the opening balance for the first month, in this case January. So in this case it's going to be $1,000. Next, let's start with the inflows, the cash inflows that a company gets. Okay, so there can be many different types of inflows. The most common ones are sales. So let's start with sales. It is also usually given the amount of sales that a company is doing for each month. In this case, from January to March, the sales of the company are $3,000, and from April to June are $6,000. So as we can see, starting from April, the sales of the company doubled. Now, what other inflows can there be? Well, there can be a one-time investment in the company. So let's suppose that in January there was an investment of $10,000 to this company. It can be an investment, a loan, or anything else, but if it's a loan, it's going to have to be paid in the following months. In this case, it's not going to be, because it's just an investment. Now, let's count our total inflows. Those are the total inflows that a company gets in this month. So, in this case, January started with $13,000. Okay, now let's proceed to the cash outflows, which is pretty much the opposite of inflows. It is the money that a company spends each month. There can be many different outflows, and you will have the information about them in the case. There can be anything from fixed costs of rent, internet, or one-time costs like equipment that had to be bought or other things. You'll find this information, as I said, in the case. In this particular example, we have fixed costs, internet. And the company is paying $100 of internet each month. So, as you can see, this company pays $100 every month for internet, has paid $1,000 for equipment in January, and another $1,000 for equipment in April, but also is paying $2,000 every month for materials. Now let's calculate the total outflows. The total outflows are the sum of each outflow for every month. So now that we have our total inflows as well as our total outflows, let's calculate the net cash flow, which is our total inflows minus our total outflows. So now that we calculated it, we can see that in this example, the company has not suffered a negative net cash flow in any month. But this can be possible if the total outflows are larger than the total inflows. Now, let's calculate our closing and opening balances. So, in January, our opening balance was $1,000 and our net cash flow was $9,900. So, to see the closing balance, we need to add the net cash flow to the opening balance. In this case, it's $10,900. Now, if the closing balance for January is $10,900, the opening balance for February will be the same, because the money the company is closing on the previous month goes to the opening balance of the next month. Now, if in February the opening balance was 10,900, the net cash flow is 900, then the closing balance in February and the opening balance in March will be 11,800. Let's calculate this until the end. So now we have arrived at the most important number of the cash flow forecast. It is the closing balance of the last month, in this case June. We have $23,400. Thank you very much for watching. If this video was helpful to you, please leave a comment and a like, and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more educational videos. Goodbye.